We married young and she was very religious. And I'd ask her, hey, baby, who loves you? And she'd say, Jesus. I was like, no, really, who loves you? And she'd say, Jesus. Turns out she wasn't lying. It was Jesus, the trainer at the gym. Yeah, he was just stretching her out, you know what I mean?
Let's go ahead and get this party popping and get things started. This guy is actually born in El Paso, but way of Los Angeles. So he's always kind of lived on the border between here and Mexico. He has an amazing style. He both speaks Spanish and English. This guy's an international comedian. Please welcome to the stage, Sam Butler.
What's going on, Albuquerque? How y'all doing today? My name's Sam Butler. I'm from El Paso, Texas, guys. I drove all the way over here. Well, they flew me down, but they didn't want me to tell you that. So I drove all the way over here to do this awesome show. I'm glad to be here in the ABQ. Has anybody seen Jimmy McGill? I need some stuff taken care of. Has anybody seen Jimmy McGill? I'm from El Paso, you know what I'm saying? Like, I need a criminal attorney, you know? No, I am from El Paso. I said that 3 times already, but that makes me a Latino by default. You know what I'm saying? Because we're wedged between Old Mexico and New Mexico. We call that a shit sandwich where I'm from, you know? Because it's crazy, because you know what's crazier than that is you get a lot of people, they're like, you're going to be in New Mexico? Yeah, do you need a passport? And I'm like, no, dumbass, it's in the United States, you know what I'm saying? But I am a half Latino, half white person. My mom is Mexican. Like, my mom is so Mexican that when my father met her, she was wearing tire tread huaraches. Those are flip-flops made from tires. Let me tell you, they do exist, and they still use them. Some little indigenous girl just won a marathon in London wearing tire tread huaraches. She's from my mom's hometown. It was amazing, you know? And my mom had those. My dad, he's white. My dad's like KKK white. No offense, you know what I'm saying? But my dad is like, that's how white my dad is. My dad can't buy sheets at Walmart without being questioned. You know what I'm talking about? He's like, bloop. What are the sheets for? And the rope. And the lighter fluid. So I'm going camping, asshole. That's what that's for, you know? But he goes to Mexico to meet my mother, and this was in the 70s, you know, so he wants to mack it to my mom. It was like love at first sight. But my mom doesn't speak English. And it was the 70s, so he was more like jiving it to my mom, you know what I'm saying? Because it wasn't macking it back then. But he's like, hey, I'd like to take you out and show you a good time. And my mom was like, KKK? He's like, yeah, exactly. You're the one for me. My dad's not in the KKK anymore. He got kicked out. Married a Latina. That's what happens when you interracial, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm kidding. He never was, and my dad wasn't. I actually had to do some research, and I found out that he's from Virginia, and like we're abolitionists, like my family, so I was like, whew, okay, I can do the joke, it's good. But it's a true story, you know, and my mom being from Mexico, and the thing about Latinas, I don't know if you know this, but Latinas, they're haters, man. You guys can hate like nobody's business. That's all I gotta say. Because my mom starts dating my dad. My dad starts spoiling her, showering her with gifts. All the girls in her hometown, they're like, hey, look at her. She thinks she's all bad now. Because she's wearing Michelin's. With a 60,000-mile warranty. What does she need the warranty for? Is she gonna run for the border or what, you know? Ooh, girl. You should have seen her the other night. She was wearing white walls. She was all fancy. You know, I'm kidding. But yeah, you know, they start dating. You know, we're a product of that relationship. My parents, you know, they've been married for 43 years, ladies and gentlemen, 43 years. You know? The secret to a happy marriage is don't understand each other. Because he didn't speak Spanish and she didn't speak English. You know, and they're always like, my dad would get upset and he'd tell us, the kids, to translate, tell her! You got yourself into that mess, we're staying out, Dad. You know? True story. They set a really good example for me. I tried to be like my dad, my mom and dad, because of the example that they set. So I did the best thing I could do. I went out and found myself a Mexican girlfriend. It was amazing, you know? Because growing up in a mixed household is different. I mean, Latinos and white people have different rules. Like my dad, being a white guy, he had this mentality that when you're 18, you get out the house. He would tell me, I don't care if you have a job, don't have a job, you go to school, don't go to school. I don't care. At 18, you're out of my house. You're not my problem anymore. At 18, you get the hell out of my house. One day I walked in on him, he was checking days off the calendar. I was like, what you doing, Dad? He goes, I'm counting down until you get out of my house. I was like, but I'm 12. He's like, I don't care, boy, we're over the hill. We're almost there. I could do 6 more years. He goes, actually, I researched it, and in Texas, 17 is the legal age. So we're 5 years till you get the hell out of my house, you know? And my mom, being a Latina, she's like, don't listen to him, hijo, it's not like that at all. Está loco. You know, that's what my mom would say, no hagas caso, está loco. She would say, when you find the right woman, and only when you find the right woman, then, mijo, you bring her over, we'll build you a room in the back, it'll be amazing. We'll put a swing set. The grandkids will have a place to swing and play. It'll be awesome, mijo, you do that, you know? That's mama. That's the Latina. They want their kids. So, you know, I married young. I married when I was 20. I tried to follow my parents' example. I found a girl from Juarez. You know, it was like, she's Mexican, it's cool, it'll work out. They make fresh tortillas, it'll be amazing. And I started dating her, and I should have known it wasn't gonna work out because we married very young. You know, and by then I'd been homeless like for 2 years, so I was like in a hurry to get married. But we married young, and she was very religious. And I'd ask her, hey, baby, who loves you? And she'd say, Jesus. I was like, no, really, who loves you? And she'd say, Jesus. Turns out she wasn't lying. It was Jesus, the trainer at the gym. Yeah, he was just stretching her out, you know what I mean? Yeah, he was spotting her, you know? I mean, he was G-spotting her, but hey, you know, apparently it does exist, and Jesus knows everything, you know what I'm saying? It's great having kids. I actually got custody of my kids, ladies and gentlemen. I got custody of my kids. Thank you. I went to court. I got them. And it was amazing because the judge was like, what do you do for a living? I'm like, I tell dirty jokes in bars. He goes, yeah, you're still a better parent. They go with you. They go with you. Does that put that into perspective? You know, like, I tell dirty jokes in bars. Like, they belong with you, sir. You know? But it was quite an ordeal because when you're in El Paso, Texas, and you're fighting for custody for your kids, you're going to this courtroom, and this courthouse has a big waiting room about the size of this room, and everybody's waiting their turn in front of the judge. And you can tell who's who in that room by the expression on their face. Because that also happens to be the place where you go to fight for child support. It's the family court. And if you take a look around in that waiting room and you look at everybody, you can see this guy. That guy owes a ton of child support. Right? And then you see this girl. You know she's owed a ton of child support. But the one that threw me off was the third guy. It was this guy. Everybody's like, the lawyer. I'm like, no, that's her new man. You know what I'm saying? He's like, we getting paid today. Hurry up and pay your child support so I can pay my child support. You know, it's like, it's the circle of life. It's support, man. He's like, I need some new Jordans. You know what I'm talking about? It's like, it works out. My ex-wife had remarried, and she took her man to the courthouse with her. And he's like, not like me. He was like short, little stocky, bald-headed dude. And he's mad dogging me the whole time. He's mad dogging me. He's got my ex-wife, and he's mad dogging me like I did something, you know? And I didn't appreciate it because I wasn't very intimidated by it. I was like, dude, you don't look scary holding her purse. That's all I got to say. Because he was one of those dudes that would follow her to the bathroom carrying her purse, you know what I'm saying? You know? And I'm like, dude, why do you do that? And I go, oh, you're afraid somebody will steal her from you. Like you stole her from me. Oh, I get it now. But the guy just had this problem with me, and I don't know what it was. But he's mad at me at the courthouse. And this happened all the time. And one time we were dropping the kids off at the ex-in-laws, because that's where we were going to meet. And the guy happened to pull up at the same time as me, angry. Like he wants to fight me. And I'm going, bro, that's not cool, man. That's my old car. That's my old wife. It's like you got all my old shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's like you had a garage sale at my house or something. I don't know. I know why you're mad, bro. You can't get none of my new shit.
Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button at the bottom. You can also follow us on many of your favorite platforms.
That's my time, guys. I'm Sam Butler. Thank you very much.